Eric Hansen is now going to play Magnus Carlsen at 10 years old in our Champions Challenge. And is this a challenge you're nervous about or just looking forward to, Eric?
Very nervous.
Okay, why?
I've never played Magnus at any age in this app, so it's my first time.
What's going to be your goal?
To survive. Maybe past move 40, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, second time control.
We do know that you're an online expert. You play so much online chess, yes. Eric. So it kind of feels, and you're also used to a little bit of banter when you play, talking, being distracted. Seems like this should fit you quite well.
It should fit me quite well, but it's always nicer when you can like see who you're playing or they can talk back. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to visualize, that's actually Magnus. That would be better.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Magnus at 10 years old, his level at that time?
I don't. I've seen some games from around the time, but I probably had just learned how to play chess when he was 10. That's around when I learned. I was like 8 approximately. So I was like, didn't get to see him in person, but I've heard stories about his level at the time. Yeah.
And what's even more interesting, your level at 10 years old. What was your chess level back then?
I don't know if that's my chess level. When I was 10 is when I started playing tournaments.
Okay.
So I was, let's say, 1200. I was.
Were you one of those prodigies that early on showed some fantastic signs?
No, opposite.
Really?
I was 1200 when I was 10, and it took a long time. I was a late bloomer for chess, I think.
And a hard worker then, maybe? Is that how you got good at the later age?
Eventually. After 15, I started working much more, but it took a long time.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Well, but at 10 years old then, what was your life like? Who was Eric Hansen at 10 years old?
10 years old, I was not the best kid in school.
Okay.
Playing lots of sports, just football all the time. As many sports I could do, swimming, basketball. And chess was just an activity to keep me focused. That's what the school wanted, just like a nice mental hobby at the time. So it wasn't something, it was a small part of my life at the time. So
this is probably super inspiring for maybe some young people out there who are maybe struggling with concentration.
Absolutely, yeah. But I started playing online quite a bit when I was, let's say, 10, and so you can, there's a lot of ways now to get better, which is very cool. So what was it about chess later on that you then maybe fell in love with, that you got hooked on? Hooked is the right word. Yeah? It's addicting. So that's a good start. I was addicted to speed chess, blitz and bullet, and that makes it easier to play a lot and keep doing it. But I guess one thing that I like is I'm very competitive, and chess has, wherever you join to play online or in person, you kind of know where you are level-wise, and there's always somebody better out there. And the rating system is just very fair for the most part. So there's always goals and always achievements. Yeah. It's not like mastering a video game. Some of them, like I remember Game Boy a long time ago, like you reach the end and then it's done on the most difficult level. With chess, there's always a more difficult level. And so that was appealing, that there was always a very high ceiling no matter what. Cool. So you can kind of set your goals to wherever you want. Yeah. And well, Magnus 10, it's actually a difficult level. Yeah. He was good already at 10, and you mentioned you're very competitive. I've seen that as well, Eric, that you're super competitive. So even if this is a fun challenge, do you take some prestige in it? Yeah, well, I don't. I'd like to think I've never lost to somebody age 10, and I have a very good score against some of the junior players, because you take those more seriously. Like, I don't know about other people. I don't want to lose to little kids. Yeah. But if I lose to an experienced player, it feels different. Like, just nobody age 10. So I will take that a little personally if I do lose. All right. Well, it's going to be interesting to see your tactics then. Are you ready, Eric? I'm ready. All right. So Eric is going to have 2 minutes on the clock, no increment. The goal, being a grandmaster, is, of course, to win against Magnus 10 in as few moves as possible. And if he loses on the board or on the clock, the goal is to last as many moves as possible. So are you ready, Eric? I'm ready. All right. Go ahead. Make your first move. This is the Champions Challenge. And here we go. We know this means a lot to Eric. And what is your tactics in the opening here? I'm just playing some simple chess. Some simple chess. Yes. What are we seeing here, David?
Okay, it's a Sicilian, and Eric's gone for decent variation, a very solid one. Black also getting decent development, and what we've seen from Magnus age 10 in the past is that he loves the tricks, loves the tactics, and I think Eric's chosen a good strategy to avoid that.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with those tactics. Just
building the pawn center, very logical stuff so far.
Great stuff. Now
only
it's all
have
about
2 minutes.
completing
Okay.
increments, yeah, not so much time and no increment for Eric. And
Let's get
Magnus
those
is
pieces out.
just going to play as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it will come down to the speed.
Magnus is a dirty flagger here, I can tell.
Got to start them young with the flagging, playing for time. Okay, still a very solid position. Magnus losing time with his rook there.
What the heck is that move?
Strange move.
Yeah. Consider it a gift from Magnus.
Yes, you don't get those often, so I'm quite thankful.
So is it looking good for you now, Eric, would you say?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm still...
It's still early days, right?
Magnus was probably super tricky at 10.
And yeah, 1 minute 15 now. Still a long way to go, still early in the middle game. Might have to pick up the pace at some point.
I gotta attack that rook.
Yeah. Knight retreats.
And
Okay, kicking him back.
definitely the rook has to make a move back. And Magnus does this.
Both kings seem very safe here. 1 minute, 7 seconds left.
My king is safe, but oh my goodness.
Tricks have started.
Oh my goodness. No,
Okay.
that's
And
If that rook is captured, Black's knight will jump forward.
that's very upsetting.
so that's why Eric chooses to capture another piece. And well,
It looks like that rook is trapped, but there's one safe square. Magnus just so
Magnus
tricky.
has everything calculated here.
Really? How impressed are you with Magnus time in this game?
Age 10, it's not fair. But
All right, 48 seconds left. Is it possible to checkmate Magnus within 48 seconds?
yes.
Perfect.
We'll go for our own tricks here.
Perfect.
Going for mate, I like it.
yeah.
This is what you need to do. Okay, Black dodges any potential checks.
Magnus doesn't care here.
Okay, so
Now that I've lost the pawn, I'm relaxed.
yeah, nothing to lose now.
Ooh, that
40
knight looks good.
The knight looks good, but I think Magnus is his endgames. I don't know how his endgames were, but they were probably
Nobody's-
pretty solid.
Nobody's endgame's good at age 10, Eric. You can take him. Okay,
Let's hope
nice
so.
trick.
Right.
You won your pawn back.
All right.
Things are turning in Eric's favor.
And 32
Are we gonna see a
seconds.
repetition of moves?
30 seconds
I
left.
think with
I gotta go
time,
for
the
it.
clock is
No!
going for it.
How does Magnus not take a draw there?
Magnus playing
What's
for the
going
win.
on?
The 10-year-old Magnus,
No, that's
he
very
hates the
upsetting.
draws.
But now Eric has an advantage. 25
Whoa.
seconds though. He's a pawn up. Can he convert it?
Oh, come on, Eric.
It's about the speed.
Absolutely.
It's about the speed. No
Need some
pre-moves,
speed here.
unfortunately.
Oh, well, super speedy now. Still 18 seconds. Is it enough to win?
I'm really bad with these moves. 1 second.
Oh, it's not
No
going to be
pre-moves,
easy.
unfortunately. It's difficult now.
Uh-huh.
With 1 minute on the clock here, I think Eric would win this, but 10
Oh,
seconds.
Magnus is trying to flag.
But this
playing
is
for
the
time,
problem.
Magnus.
How is Eric even going to force a draw?
Yeah.
Okay, here it's
Let's go for a draw, Magnus, right here.
Oh, are we going to see a repetition?
Yes!
Yes!
Wait,
It
it
was
says
a draw.
Magnus wins.
I think that might just be a glitch. It
Oh,
was,
okay, I'll take the draw. I'll take the draw.
Is it-
You
what-
saw a draw.
We have a glitch in the system. Is it a draw, David?
it was a draw. The position repeated itself 3 times.
Okay, well, congratulations. You said it.
And I was a pawn up, so don't forget, you can't forget that. I was in a superior position and
Yes.
let Magnus off the hook.
So with 1 more minute on the clock, you would definitely have just gone for the win.
I would have won,
game.
yeah, no. There we go.
We have a draw. So if you players continue as well, let's see how many moves. 62 moves, a draw. It's not a loss, a draw for Eric in 62 moves. So that's gonna take you up on the table. You said the most important, not to lose against
Not
the
to
10-year-old?
lose against the 10-year-old
Yeah.
was important psychologically because if I do, it's not good for this tournament when I'm playing a fully grown Magnus and other players. So I'll take it.
And Eric, you have beaten Magnus before in the Meltwater Champions chess tour. Obviously, the most important is to beat him in the real Oslo Esports Cup. So what's going to be your tactics when you face him in the real tournament?
As you said, like now that it's in Oslo, coming to try to beat him in his hometown, home country is more motivating. But I'm going to have to trick him, I think. I'm going to have to channel the 10-year-old Magnus here and get him under pressure and pull off something in a high, a tense position.
All right. Well, great game, Eric.
Thank you.
Thanks for your efforts. It's a draw in 62 moves.